It seems like you have different types of artists out there. You have the artists that when they come out, everyone's always on their side and everyone really wants them to win. And even though there's setbacks, they get passes for it. And then you have the artists that a lot of times the public turns against them and they have to fight against the public opinion in order to get where they want to be. Because you had actually done an interview with Complex earlier this year where it said that at one point you were, the kind of stress that you were going through can make a person almost suicidal.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Well, I really don't want to address that interview. Okay. But I think that what I mean when I say the things that you go through can make someone suicidal, meaning that you could feel so alone that you don't want to be here anymore. Or you could feel so beat up on that it's like, damn, who's with me? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm by myself. Does it even matter to be here anymore? Or things like that. And I've never felt suicidal, just to be clear. I never felt suicidal, but I could see how somebody would feel like that. Mm-hmm. I could see how somebody would feel like that. And just because my mother put something in me at a very young age, and I thank God for choosing her for me. She was popping, still is, and my father as well. But I endure, and I'm here to win. So I'm not just gonna give up on myself or give up on my purpose. But I could see how somebody would feel like that. I think another artist that went through a really tough time was Chris Brown. I think that he was really a young guy, and I'm not making an excuse for him in hitting a woman, because if one of my brothers go through a domestic situation where they put their hands on a female, I'm going to have a fit and I'm going to let them know how I feel. Am I going to forgive my brother? Yes, I am. And I consider Chris Brown to be like a brother to me. And I never had a personal relationship with Rihanna, but I can imagine what that must have felt like going through that at that time. It's like, damn, like, that no woman don't want nobody putting their hands on them. But then you also got to look at the bigger picture of forgiveness and moving forward for real. And a lot of people looked at this young guy, pretty much this young adult, almost a teenager, and pretty much just kept beating on them and beating on them and beating on them, no matter which way you go. And then it's like when a person just spirals out of control and keeps spiraling out because your mind is just like, at this point now, after keep asking for forgiveness and asking for forgiveness, just like how I did, keep asking for forgiveness. You do Tyra Banks show. I did Tyra Banks show. I did this show. Oh yeah, I just want to say I apologize. And the people still beating on you, and then the people that's involved don't pretty much come to your rescue or come like, you know what? I was young before. I made mistakes. I've been through this. I've been through that. That was petty. That was light. It's over. Like, leave it alone. You be like, you know what? Fuck it. All right, yeah, and it is what it is. So what? You get that. I know I do. You get that energy like, all right, so now what? Who gonna do something? What's up? And it either can go to that, or it can go to, damn, I can't take this no more. And it can be suicidal. So it all depends on the individual. And I just think that as a community, a lot of people need to stand up and drop the ego and start speaking up and stop saying stuff behind a computer or saying stuff behind, not even behind. Stop saying things before your computer, looking at the computer or looking at the screen right now, looking at a television screen going, I understand when you're in a place of power and you can say something to be like, I think that this, that, and the third. And it doesn't have to be circumstantial where you just addressing that person's situation. You can be addressing it for your children in the future, because best believe your children is going to make mistakes, and you're going to see what it's like if they're not forgiven in the future.
He tried as much as he could, but he couldn't make it. But we pretty much knew that it was a slim chance that he was gonna make it in the short time that we made this project. So we just kept moving, and it's us four on there.
A heterosexual man doesn't mind planting seeds of being gay in your mind, of himself, just in order to propel himself with popularity and money
Do you know who does this?
in this society.
Do you know who else does this?
Who?
Daylight.
Ah,